The suspect is in custody. He was caught coming out of the woods after throwing a bag filled with contraband over the prison's exterior fence.
So that package is going to be somewhere around Motor's Maintenance.
I'm trying to get a hold of Pat.
Tonight marks another victory for the investigative team. All that remains is catching the inmate as he picks up the package.
Fam, what's going on, man? It's your boy, E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. Today, I'm doing a reaction video of a prison in the state of Georgia, the ROGERS State Prison, where convicts are smuggling in contraband, specifically cell phones. So before we go ahead and check out this video, man, y'all do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and let's go ahead and check out the ROGERS State Prison, the prison in Georgia where convicts are smuggling in contraband, specifically cell phones. And all the convicts who did time in the state of Georgia, man, you let me know if you've been to the ROGERS State Prison, and let me hear what was your experience like there, and with the details in the comments. Let's go ahead and check out this video, y'all.
May have hit a dead end. But 20 miles to the west, another lead on contraband is heating up.
All right, guys, what we're going to do here is we'll have a little briefing regarding the surveillance operation we're setting up for tonight.
A text message came through on a confiscated phone, tipping off investigator John Moore to a possible contraband drop.
Hopefully tonight, through surveillance, we're going to be able to execute an arrest regarding contraband being delivered to one of our prisons and dropped off.
So Moore is prepping his team of corrections and police officers for a stakeout.
We'll bring the radios into play. If something does go down, and when it does happen, let's make sure we get enough. Well, we got enough of us coming.
Today's target, a medium security camp nearby, where inmates have more freedom of movement. The kind of mobility that makes a perfect entry point for contraband into the prison system.
We'll be with our firearms and all, and just think safety first. And we'll rock and roll and see if we can make something happen tonight.
All right.
All right, guys, I appreciate it.
All right, in case y'all don't know, man, this is a big deal. So, of course, in prison, bro, they do shakedowns all the time. People are always telling in prison, writing kites, telling police information. So you see people left and right getting knocked out with cell phones, drugs, things like that. But it's normally just through the officers, you know, searching people or doing shakedowns, like searching the dorms or the rec yard and things like that, finding knives, phones, drugs, whatever. But very occasionally, you'll see situations like this to where it's pretty much like a sting operation from a sheriff's department when somehow they get some type of information about somebody in the free world and society trying to smuggle in contraband, and they'll try to set that person up so they get an outside charge, like a real outside society charge of trying to bring in, like, you know, items into a prison facility, which is a felony, and I'm pretty sure people can go to prison. So me personally, I've never seen a sting situation like that. I've never been to a work camp where it's more common for it to take place. The only sting I saw where I was at a prison where a convict got caught with phones or drugs or whatever, and he told on the correctional officer who was bringing in contraband. So the next day he was supposed to be bringing in phones or cigarettes or whatever. So when the officer came in, they already had police at the facility, and right when they walked in, they searched them, they found phones, drugs, cigarettes or whatever, and they arrested them on the prison compound. So that's the only sting I've seen. So if you guys ever seen like a sting operation of the prison administration trying to arrest somebody who was in society, trying to throw contraband over the fence or put it outside somewhere by the prison grounds or something like that, let me hear the story and put the details in the comments.
We've got inmates that work all over these grounds, from cutting grass to handling the agriculture, and that gives them an easy opportunity to pick up contraband and get it back into the prisons through our back gates or whatever. So we're getting all stationed up, and I think everybody's in position now, and we'll sit up and we'll start doing a little waiting. All right.
Most stakeouts come up empty-handed.
Yeah.
Be looking back, coming from like the training center way.
But tonight, it's not long before the radios heat up.
There was an Altima that was down on that road back there past the prison that turned around. I don't know if she put somebody out in that field or something. But, okay, it must have turned down this street right here then. Oh, that's something's up with this right here. Something's up right here. Melt something. Just hang loose here. I think might be on something here.
The team pulls over a vehicle that got Moore's attention. The driver was making circles around the prison.
Ma'am, you just went down there and you turned around up there?
No, I had to. Now I'm finna tell you the truth. I'm going to the prison tomorrow to visit somebody, and I'm just trying to find out where I was going, exactly where I was going.
All right, ma'am. Listen to me. Sergeant Phillips, Tappan County Sheriff's Office. Drug, give me no more.
Go check that side right there.
Listen to me.
She put somebody out, I think. Or she's dropping something.
See, drove back. Hey, she's riding somebody.
All right, so you think that they caught him, bro? You think that's her trying to drop off some contraband? You think she dropped somebody off? You think she's going to keep it silent and not say anything? Or do you think she's going to tell? Y'all let me know in the comments. Do you think that someone's going to get knocked off, going to get caught? Yes or no, and put it in the comments. But one thing people fail to realize, bro, is they have a gun truck, multiple gun trucks. I think maybe 2 or 3, depending upon what state or what prison, what security level, driving around the outside perimeter fence of a prison at all times. Not only the surveillance, the electric fence, and like the motion detection fence, so where it can tell if somebody's walking up close to the fence from the inside or the outside 24/7 to prevent escapes, prevent people from trying to break in or throw things over the fence and things like that. So I'm blessed to be able to do prison ministry all throughout the nation. If you don't know my story, man, I did over 12 years incarcerated in the state of Florida. Man, I grew up fast, selling drugs, robbing, just caught up in the juvenile detention, juvenile programs, institutionalized at a young age, went to prison the first time when I was 18. By the time I was 23, I was already in prison for my 3rd time. But I share all that to say, while I was incarcerated, I authentically encountered Jesus Christ. He radically transformed my life. So now I'm blessed to be a nonprofit founder called Block Hustle, myself as well as a whole bunch of other convicts. We go into different prisons, jails, juvenile detention centers throughout the nation on the regular, monthly. So I know from firsthand experience, going back, visiting, going into these prisons, every time I go into a prison, they always got a security, like, correctional officer in a gun truck, always like scoping me every time I'm coming in or leaving. But not just me, anybody who's pulling into the prison, whether it be on the weekend for visitation or for events or anytime throughout the week, weekend, at night, morning, they always got guys or women in a patrol vehicle around the perimeter fence 24/7. That's how people get caught like this.
Yeah.
It's all the way in the back. He's out there. Where were you at? I'll go back.
Go ahead and get the K9 unit. I just identified myself to you. Do you give me consent to search your vehicle?
Yes, sir.
I have consent to search your vehicle.
Yes, sir.
All right, stand right there. John, you cover her.
Yeah.
Danny, you cover her.
Danny,
You cover her.
ma'am, can I hold your cell phone there? Do you mind if I look at it? Have you been corresponding with anybody here in the last little bit?
The woman admits to driving an accomplice to the prison and letting him out in the surrounding area, loaded with contraband.
Where'd you put him out at?
It was up there somewhere. But I got a question.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to jail anything.
Well, right now, until we find him, he's on prison grounds. And what has he got?
The search is on.
There is a subject up there. I'm going up that way to help Milton to get in contact the K9. 911's been contacted K9. We have a subject. This subject we have stopped. She has put out a subject in the cornfield in the field just adjacent to the maintenance shop. We need to get in this cornfield because this subject's dropping off some contraband, okay? Thank you, ma'am.
Outside Rogers State Prison, investigators are hot on the trail of a possible plot to get cell phones into the system.
No, you ain't. Oh, I know he's out here.
And they've just pulled over the suspected getaway driver.
How much money did you make?
I didn't make any money.
Well, you didn't drive him down here for the hell. Are you in love with him? Was he your boyfriend? I'm just asking because you don't bring your nice Accord down here.
I'm going to tell you, he said he was going to give me some gas money. He told me to drop him off here and leave, just go. I said, okay, I'm going back to Atlanta.
This gentleman you put out, what kind of package did he have? Did he have a duffel bag?
No, he had a black sack.
Okay.
That's all I know. And I asked him what was in it.
Okay.
And I'm not going to jail.
Huh?
I'm not going to jail.
Well, right now we need to secure him.
Okay.
That will help you in the long run.
Smuggling self
All right, y'all go ahead and hit that hype button, bro. Not because there's anything cool about anybody doing anything illegal or anybody getting caught or anything like that, but just for the specific purpose that this video can go viral to remind anybody who's even considering about trying to bring in contraband, bro. It is not worth it, dog, because people will tell. I'm telling you, man, 90% of people that I know in prison, bro, have been told on by co-defendants or people who are witnesses, and dog, it always catches up with us, man. It is not a fair trade, a legal activity, bro. It's not worth our freedom, no matter how much money you're making. And one thing that a lot of people fail to realize, especially like people in society, right? They'll be like married to a guy in prison, or they'll be in love, they'll be dating, or somebody will just kind of be easily to be like able to manipulate, and someone will convince them to try to throw in stuff over the fence or bring in stuff to visitation. But what a lot of times people fail to realize is that's not a minor charge. That's like a major felony, and I'm pretty sure it even like scores up to prison time, especially if it's like drugs and things like that. It's like introducing contraband to a prison facility or something like that. So no matter what it is, whether it's phones, tobacco, drugs, but I think even drugs is like even higher when it comes to points. But if you guys know the specific law details of the points, how much time people are facing prison time for doing so, let me hear it in the comments. But again, bro, y'all hit that hype button, bro, because it's not worth it, bro. The money is not worth it, bro. Stay out the way, man. Do what's right. Just live a successful life here in society, man, and just leave us alone.
phones into prison is a crime in Georgia, punishable by up to 5 years of hard time.
My safety and your safety, okay?
So the woman is taken into custody, and the team moves out to find her accomplice.
Pretty thick stuff. He'll be in here laying down somewhere probably. Might lay here all night.
The surrounding fields make for a perfect hideout
Vehicle secure.
and a difficult search. But tonight, persistence pays off. The call comes in.
Got a 1095 right here across from GSP. At 178 and
10-4, let's go. Come on. Come on. He's got him. Sergeant Phillips with Tappan County Sheriff's Office. We believe made contact with the subject. We're en route to him right now. This is the pay dirt, we hope.
The suspect is in custody. He was caught coming out of the woods after throwing a bag filled with contraband over the prison's exterior fence.
So that package is going to be somewhere around Motors Maintenance.
I was trying to get a hold of Pat.
Tonight marks another victory for the investigative team.
Right now they were getting the dog out.
All that remains is catching the inmate as he picks up the package.
Dang, bro, would have been better off laying out there in the cornfield all night, man. I'm surprised they didn't bring out the helicopters, man. You would think that would have been their first thing to bring out a chopper. He probably would have got away if he would have been laying out there in the cornfield all night. But I mean, I'm sure anybody would be terrified to lay out there in the middle of the night. You know, telling what type of snakes or animals are out there. But I wonder if this guy right here who got caught trying to throw in the contraband over the fence, or he probably already did. I think they say he did, is by the motor pool or something. I wonder if if he is a convict himself, if he did time. And I wonder what the percentage is of people who are caught like throwing in contraband over the prison fence or trying to smuggling in through like visitation, probably more so trying to throw it in over the fence or leave it outside for like a work detail squad at a lower custody prison and things like that. I wonder what percentage of the people who get caught are people who did time before, like convicts. I bet you it's probably like 50 or 60%, because obviously if you guys been watching the channel, you know that the underground contraband prison economy in prison, bro, people are making a lot of money in prison selling phones, cigarettes, drugs like that. Some people even making multiple six figures. So I wonder if this guy right here was a former convict, or you guys let me know of maybe people you know who got out who are still trying to be involved in the prison contraband ring by throwing or bringing in phones or drugs or somehow providing routes and eventually got caught for it. And let me hear the stories and put it in the comments.
There's always going to be that desire to get contraband in.
Put your feet together for me. There you are. That's good right there.
To get contraband in means power, means financial gain. And when that desire rises to a high enough level, they're willing to put anyone on the line to accomplish that, being it another family member or friends or whatever, like we had tonight.
Okay.
As long as there's a will, there's a way. And there's no telling how many has got by, but that's one we've chalked up for us. It's been a good night. You can actually go home and sleep well that you've accomplished something.
Another plot is disrupted, and more suspects may face charges. It's all part of the cycle in Georgia, where the battle against cell phones churns on.
That dangerous thing, the cell phone. But as long as you have people willing to take the chance, there's gonna always be a problem with contraband. Any prison in the world you go to, there's a war fighting with contraband. That's what it is, World War III. And we fighting it every day. We on the front line.
They need to call that man Cell Phone Charlie, bro. He been hunting down cell phones all these episodes. So look, man, any convicts who did time in the state of Georgia, who did time at the ROGERS State Prison, y'all let me know what your experience was like and put it in the comments. So look, fam, this your boy E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. And family, look, I got a fire HBO style series on the full episode playlist. It's a chronological journey of my 12 years in prison. It's called The Incarceration. Season 1 has been out, but season 2 is just now coming out. But to access it, you have to become an all access member to this channel. And this is a preview clip of season 2 right here. A lot of people getting jumped, a lot of 2-on-2s or 3s-on-5s all day, every day. No exaggeration. When the police see the fighting, majority of the time, they won't even break it up, won't even look, won't even lock down the dorm. Just put a blind eye to it and keep on going. Non-stop chaos all day, every day. No exaggeration. Nothing but yelling, fighting, and occasionally stabbings. One thing I began to realize as well at JIT camp is that people had knives for sure, but they call them fence pokers. Little wire that people unravel off the fence posts. They sharpen it up on the floor and it becomes a knife. But they're small and they're really skinny. So even though they go in and out real quick and real fast and it, will puncture people, it's not really deadly unless you hit somebody in the jugular or in the eye or something like that. For the most part, I began to realize at JIT camp that stabbings were just to try to get people off the compound. Because normally when people will get stabbed, they go to medical, they go to confinement, and they transfer them to a different JIT camp for their safety. But in adult camp, it's different. At adult prisons, when people are getting stabbed, it's because someone's trying to kill you. Yeah. And also, if you didn't know, man, I am a rapper. My artist name is EI the King. You can find my music wherever you listen to your music at. Go to my artist YouTube channel, EI the King, to check out my music videos. Follow me on Instagram, EI the King, TikTok, EI the King, EI the King Official, and family. I got 3 other YouTube channels. My official artist channel, EI the King. Go check out my music videos. Real Crime Stories Unlocked. And my newest channel, Low Budget Traveling, where I'm sharing with you, fellow convicts and everyday average American, that it is possible for you and I to travel abroad internationally on a low budget. All the links are going to be at the end of this video. Go ahead and click those links. It's going to take you to my new channels. Subscribe, follow, check out the content, inspire, and family. We're on the journey to 100,000 subs. Right now we're at 70K. I appreciate all the day one viewers and day one subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so now. Y'all do me a favor, go ahead and like this video. Do me an even greater favor, man. Go ahead and hype this video. And for all the convicts watching, if you done time in a county jail, state prison, federal prison, and you want to share your incarcerated experiences, email me at eithekingbooking@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at eitheking_. As I interview you, I'll post your interview up on this channel. If you got a YouTube channel, social media, whatever you want to promote, I'll allow you to promote it throughout the interview. And family, I just dropped a new song. The single is called Background. Wherever you listen to your music at, look up my artist name, EI the King. Check out my new song. The single is called Background. Add it to your playlist, save it, check it out. It's fire. I would greatly appreciate it. And y'all stay tapped in for more fire content to continue to come your way. It's your boy, EI the King, and I'm out. Peace.